Yeah, take two. Can you hear me? Let's make sure, see if it's working. I just want to make sure because I'm showing all systems are go on my end. Can you hear me? Hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Just want to confirm before we. Oh, you do hear me. Okay, good. Wow. The only thing I can figure out is this: as everything was working fine on my end, is I opened up my Source Connect just to double chive a session in a little bit on Source Connect. So I opened it up before I did this, and I'm thinking Source Connect may have hijacked my audio stream. You know, how sometimes if you have one thing open before another, it won't allow the next thing to access it. I don't think it should do that, but I think that might be a shutdown Source Connect. So anyhow, I'm an amateur audio engineer, but good enough to do voiceover. So that's my assessment. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for coming back. I'm just kind of stalling here for a moment for everybody to get back in. And thank you for your patience and being willing to do that. So you were really excited when you were talking. Yeah, my lips were just going like this. I was very excited because I wanted to talk about voiceovers in a car. Really? Is that a thing? That's what we're going to talk about here for the next couple of minutes this morning. First of all, my name is Bill DeWeese. And I've been recording voiceovers full time for almost 20 years now. Voiceover coach for the past 15 years, the host of this daily little get together, which I love, and I appreciate you guys coming. It's just to get together, to huddle up before we start the day, to share a thought, tip, trick, strategy, something to help you to get further down the road to voiceover success. And today's topic comes from a question, comment slash question that came up on my YouTube channel. And it's from Ed. And Ed says, I've been told that recording in a car is a no no by many online voice artists. Is this true? Well, I guess my initial response to that is as long as you're not recording in an enclosed garage with the engine running, I think it's perfectly fine. Otherwise, I certainly wouldn't do that. But here's the thing: there's always people who really love to be experts in a space and lay out the rules of what you can and what you can't do. So whenever somebody says something like this, the response is why? Why? I would love to ask the person or the experts who said this, why not? A car is one of the most perfectly designed acoustic spaces. Now, I've had very quiet cars. I've never had a perfectly 100% soundproof car. There is no such thing, of course. But cars are built to be acoustically sound. Otherwise, it could get really annoying being in a car. You thought about it, family of 5, 6 people in a car, it can certainly get loud enough. But can you imagine if it was not acoustically treated, what that would sound like? Cars are acoustically treated to sound good. Um, Now, would I want to work full time out of my car, or in my case, my F-150 truck? No, I wouldn't want to work full time out of it. And I'm not suggesting that that's the best way to try to conduct your career because it's hard to run a full time business out of a car. Just as hard as well, maybe not quite as hard, but similar to trying to live in a car. You can do it. It's not optimal, but certainly, I mean, there have been plenty of high-level voiceover talent who have recorded high-level jobs in a pinch, sitting in their car or doing auditions in their car. So, Ed, yes, you can record voiceovers in your car. And when somebody says something silly like this, just say, "Well, why?" It never ceases to amaze me the things that people say that you can or can't do, but don't offer a reason why for that. So there's no good reason not to record in your car. As a matter of fact, if you're just getting started and you're in a pinch and you need a place, yeah, or you're traveling, you're on vacation, and you decide you want to do a job or do some auditions, you know, do it from your car. You won't be the first, and you certainly won't be the last. I'm going to put this under the category of crazy, crazy voiceover comments that we've talked about before. There's a lot of craziness floating around, and the problem with the internet, and I always suggest to my new students to be careful and spend very little time in these groups online because the craziest stuff gets said. A lot of things that just aren't true, that don't make sense, because a lot, there are people out there who kind of want to control the narrative and they want to be the expert, and you just gotta ask questions. Make people prove what they say is true. That's one of my words of wisdom here as we kind of wind down my time here on this channel. Let's see here. If you haven't yet, check in on the live chat. Let me know where you're watching and listening from this morning. We've got Eddie from San Antonio. Eddie, what's going on? Hold on, let's see here. Okay. And then we've got Vince. Hey, Vince, how are you? Vince, I saw in the original stream this morning, you had mentioned that your boss is a former student of mine from when I used to teach at Olivet Nazarene University. I was a college professor between 1991 and 2005. Who's your boss, Vince? Now, I had hundreds, if not thousands, of students over those years. So hopefully I'll remember the name, but put it up here in the chat. I'd love to know who it is. Just take a quick peek and see if okay. Let's see. Joe, what's going on? Joe says I love silent movies. Probably not so much silent YouTube videos though. Happy Thursday to you too in the UK, Joe. Hey Jason, what's going on? We've got Nancy in Yankton, South Dakota. Jolie. Hey Chris, Kathleen, what's going on? Wayne, good to see you. Sandra, good morning. Hey, Eddie. Megan, what's up? David in Hamilton, Ontario. Corey in Wisconsin. Hey, Mike in Grants Pass, Oregon. Aaron, Linden, Washington. Sarah says, that's better. Audio. Good morning. GS in Longview, what's going on? Kathleen, good to see you. Bummer because you were really excited when you were talking. I was excited. It's hard to maintain that initial excitement second or third time in, but I did my very best, and I hope it was enough. Is Source Connect hard to learn? No, it's not. Not at all. It's extremely easy to learn. I mean, basically, it's a very small, lightweight software program. All you have to do is like with Adobe Audition or your DAW, you just decide your input and your output. That's really it. I mean, it's very simple stuff. Let's see here. Theo, happy Thursday to you. Back in the States after a week in London. Well, Theo, I hope it went well in London. Good to be back with you from the kitchen table in lovely Palos Hills. Tanya, there you go. Good morning from Freezing, as in PH, Reezing, Freezing, Philadelphia, South Philly, to be specific. Hey, Dennis. Spencer, what's up? In icy Houston. Sandra in Dallas, Fort Worth. Hey, Jim in Memphis. John in Denver. He's heard about Thursday morning huddle, but what about second Thursday morning huddle? Well, this would be it. Hey, John in Rhinebeck, New York. Dale, isn't that how they produce radio? Dale in West Sussex, UK. Well, in radio, though, there's no video and you got the audio. In this case, it was the opposite of radio. You got no audio and all video, which is pretty much useless, I would say. Although, and this is a topic we could talk about in another thing, and I've used this analogy when teaching voiceover performance. One way to tell how well somebody's communicating is if you're watching a TV commercial, do this sometime. Turn off the volume and just watch the body language and the expressions, and you should have a good sense of at least the mood, the temperament, the emotion that the actor is portraying. Same thing in voiceover. If somebody were to not be able to hear you but see you, they should have a sense of where you're coming from. That's a good tip for you. See, it was a double Thursday, double dipping Thursday. That's a second tip for you. Megan, going to miss seeing your face in the morning, Bill. Thank you, Megan. But best wishes for your future. Thanks for all you've done for us. Megan, it has been my pleasure. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Kathleen, just grabbing a cup of Earl Grey this morning in Evanston, Wyoming. Aaron says, in an enclosed garage with the engine running would be exhausting. Padom. Absolutely. Good one, Aaron. Oh, Julie says it's a heat wave in Minnesota, 15 degrees. JR, good morning to you in sunny but chilly Austin. Happy Friday, Junior, to you as well. Jim's right. The Lincoln lawyer did his business out of the car. Worked well for him. Of course, he drove a Lincoln Navigator and had a driver, which helped, but I wouldn't mind working out the backseat of a Lincoln Navigator. I recorded for escape rooms in the car on holiday. Worked great. There you go. There's a satisfied customer. It works. I'm telling you guys. Joy says, hello, everyone from still frigid Southfield, Michigan, where it's snowing 18 degrees with a wind chill of 8 degrees. Okay. I'm so ready for spring. Oh, man, Joy, you and me too. Can't wait. Wally says, I've heard you talk about recording in a car before, but this may be the answer to my recording challenge while traveling. Yeah, very much so. Thanks for keeping us on top of recording BO. Chilean, Maryland. Thank you, Wally. Oh, your boss's name is Eric. Yeah. I know Eric very, very, very well. Yes. We worked together for several years. I say work together. He was a student of mine, but he also worked at the radio station. I was hired to not only teach, but to manage. The university has a 50,000 watt FM station that covers Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana. And give Eric my best. And Julie. Jim says, we're recording in a car while traveling would be not doable. Traffic and road noise would not help, but be on the mic. Yeah, probably not while you're driving so much. You might want to park first in a quiet parking lot. Valandro says, got my homemade booth made and we'll do some demo real soon. Fantastic. Greetings from Holland. Building a travel PvP booth. Wish me luck. Well, good luck on that. Great. David, good morning to you in Gardner, Kansas. Alex, so nice, I'll do it twice. Good morning from Utah. Hey, Jay in Covington, Georgia. Chris, do you know what a TI is? T period, I period. No, I do not. Educate me. I don't have a clue, Chris. Beth, good morning to you in California. Jason, good morning to you in Point Magoo, California. Spike, voiceover in a car, is that possible? Yes, it is. It's been done many times. Let's see here. Good morning from cloudy Atlanta. Wade in Philadelphia. Ron says, good morning from snowbound Grand Haven, Michigan. Oh, Valandro, BC, British Columbia, Canada. Gotcha. Thank you. If I were Canadian, that was probably would be the first thing that would come to my mind. Edwin, good morning. Cold in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. My apologies for the audio issues. So mental note, never turn on Source Connect before I go live on YouTube. And that's the first time I've done it, so I can only assume that was a problem. So maybe something you might keep in mind too. For future reference of anything you got, if you're running two audio applications, always be prepared for the second one that you load to not work if you already got one up and running. I guess I should have known that. Hey guys, thanks for being here. Have a great day. Don't forget that the videos for the Tuesday night live session that we had with Dr. Boehner Parker on having the right mindset for voiceover, I can't overstate how important having the right mindset is to be successful in voiceover. It is foundational to everything else. You can know everything there is to know about voiceover. You could go through this channel, you could study, you can know everything I've ever talked about. And you need to know those things. But you can be derailed so easily by what goes on between your ears. And not just in voiceover. You guys know this. You've been around. You've been around the block a few times. You know how this works. If this is not working right, nothing else is going to work. So got to get the head right, and Boehner does such a nice, great job of laying it out and explaining it to you and giving you strategies to deal with this so that you can clear the path to be successful in voiceover. So there's a link below in the description. Check it out. Make sure you get it because it's only available through tomorrow. Then it disappears. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for Q&A Friday. So bring your questions, and I'll look forward to that. Have a great day.